What's going on, everybody? All-Star Weekend is here, and it's going to suck just as bad as it did last year. Shocker. No one good's in the three-point contest, I don't think. And the game's gonna suck because they don't know how to play defense. It's gonna be who could score the highest. It's gonna be horrible. But there's some interesting news coming out. Let's get to it. What's going on, everybody? Javier Lopez here, JL3 Athletics. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the notification bell if you're having a blast. All right. So Fox came out. Let me put this up. Fox came out, and this is what they had to say. It was very interesting because I've said it before. A lot of people have said it before. So let's go ahead and let's see what they got.
Okay, they claim to be all about girl power.
Which we know they don't. As long as the girl power is straight, they don't care. They're not.
Right? Girls tough. They can do anything. So why when we have a once-in-a-generation talent like basketball star Caitlin Clark, do the sports media hate her so much?
Because she's too good. She's outdone all of you in everything you've ever wanted. And you've tried so hard, but you guys just suck. And you guys can't hate the fact that it's a straight white girl who did it. So what? Boo-hoo.
I'll tell you why. Because for them, just as with the political media, ideology always trumps talent.
At least in this league. Yes. Yes. You can be the best person in the world, clearly, and they can care less.
Take, for instance, the latest drivel from USA Today's sports columnist Nancy Armour, who not only accuses Clark of flopping on the court, but also smears her fans, writing that it seems there's a white nationalist faction to Clark's fandom that is deeply, deeply problematic.
There's a white nationalist faction, but I see a lot of my favorite creators are not white. They are black. So what? Sports isn't about your color or your race or whatever. Who cares? We're way past the whole racism thing, right? That should have been done years ago, hundreds of years ago. It's whatever.
Please. Noting it's especially offensive since the league is made up predominantly of black women, many of them queer.
So what? So what? So white people can't play the game? And if they're better than you, then what? Suddenly there's something wrong with it? Just put the work in. If you put the hard work in, guess what? You'll be good too. Right? Compete to be better. Don't compete because someone is better. You don't compete at trying to tear them down or whatever.
Now, it seems that Armour believes that Clark should just shut up and play because complaints to the refs merely instigate those racists who see her as a white woman in need of saving and then take matters into their own hands.
Well, it is the black lesbians that don't like her, that beat her up all the time. And the refs don't do anything about it because the whole WNBA is a POS and nothing but a agenda-driven league and not a professional basketball league, which I've said a million times. Shocker.
Hey, that's a nice way to promote the league, right? Call fans racist? Nice.
That's because that's all they are, racist. If you're not black, then it doesn't matter. Or lesbian. Or dyke, or whatever you guys want to go by.
But the worst airball of them all is when Armour tries to tie Clark's behavior to the lynching of civil rights hero Emmett Till, noting The irony that the WNBA's All-Star game this weekend is taking place in Chicago, where Till was slain. Well, after receiving some pretty predictable blowback online, Armour posted
I have no idea who that is, by the way. Drop down below so I know, because I have no idea.
Apology regarding her reference to Till, claiming it inartful, but then stood her ground on the piece overall.
Well, yeah, you can see her right there. She's clearly not straight herself. And in her eyes, you can tell she's not clearly straight in the mind either.
That perceived threats to white women are being weaponized against African Americans. So I'm waiting for her to call the flagrant fouls against Clark just, reparations, that young women need reparations, and it's in the form of fouls. I don't.
Does this chick play basketball? Has she ever played basketball? Does she know what basketball is? Or does she just know what she's told to say and do by her bosses? You know what I mean? Wink, wink.
I don't know. Here with insight is Clay Travis, founder of Outkick, host of the Clay, Travis, and Buck Sexton show. Clay, why do so many in the sports media hate Caitlin Clark and, of course, the point that was seen around the world, Sophie Alexander?
Because they're both white, straight. Sophie's got the aura about going to everything. She got the UFC thing going. Everything she does is highlighted. And with Caitlin, because they both stand up for Sophie stands up for what she believes in. Caitlin just wants to play ball, and she just outdoes everybody. I mean, everybody else could do the same thing if they just put the work in, but they don't.
So many things here. I would start with this. As far left wing as the average political journalist is, the average sports media journalist is further left wing than that. The sports media is more biased to the far.
I hate that the whole right wing, left wing thing. I'm not political in any way, but none of that should even be involved in sports. Like the fact they're bringing it up, and it's obvious that the whole country knows. I'm pretty sure the whole world knows that it's all about the left side wing, whatever this. This is supposed to be a professional sport, not a professional political extension thing or whatever you want to call it.
Left than the political media is. And so within the prism of identity politics, which is all that left-wing analysis can exist within, as a straight white woman, Caitlin Clark is a threat to a lesbian black league. And so everything that she does cannot stand alone, as it should in all of athletics, where the best.
Because that's what happens whenever you're in a professional sport. The best player is usually outshining everybody. And everyone says, oh, it's because she's white. No. Look at all the records she's broken. Look what she's done. Everyone's like, oh, she hasn't won a ring. So what? Jordan didn't win a ring for what? 8 years or something like that? 6 years? So what? Who cares? That doesn't mean anything. I don't know if Allen Iverson won anything, but yeah.
Best man or woman, not the best man pretending to be a woman. Thank you, Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah, Sophie's standing on business about the T athletes. Why not just start a league for them? NBA can, or they can. The WNBA can pay for that league, while the NBA pays for the WNBA. Right? Because should they play? Sure, whatever. But have their own league, like the Special Olympics. They have the Special Olympics for the special needs. Same thing. Or throw them in the special needs Olympics as well.
For saying it, should win, right? And Caitlin Clark right now is one of the best players in the WNBA, and she's straight and she's white, and the league is falling apart as a result. If Caitlin Clark had the exact same talent, but she were a black lesbian, she would be celebrated in this league.
Or even just a lesbian. But she's not. She just wants to play basketball. And everyone hates the fact that she just wants to play basketball and she's better than them.
Everyone would be in love with her. They wouldn't punch her in the throat. They wouldn't be writing that she's encouraging white supremacists to lynch basketball players, which is effectively what that moron at USA Today said. And so Caitlin.
Man, the whole lynching thing. I was in the military for 9.5 years. I was deployed some places. You WNBA players are freaking like, you guys are straight dumb. You have zero idea.
Caitlin Clark, by merely being straight and white, has broken what is otherwise a far left-wing league. A league, by the way, that has been propped up by the NBA for 30 plus years.
Because they're not good. There's zero talent here. Well, I shouldn't say zero now. There was no talent. No one cares to watch them. They're not exciting. They're not fast. They can't dunk. They can't shoot. They miss this. They miss that. They miss everything. If they were so good and that whole lesbian thing was as big as it was, they would have funded themselves 30 years ago. Well, maybe not 30 years ago, because there was a whole issue with that back in the day, but the last 10 years at least.
And would not otherwise exist if it weren't only made up of female players.
Yeah,
that's why it's called the WNBA.
Yeah. Well, Clay, what percent?
The WNBA, the worst National Basketball Association.
Percentage of her team's revenue would you guess that Clark and Cunningham bring in? It's got to be significant, correct?
Yeah, 90%. Look, I've said it before, Laura. I'll say it on this show. I think Caitlin Clark should leave the WNBA. And
I've said that too, because it'll go right back to where it was. You have a few teams that'll do good, which is the Valkyries. They always sell out, and the Valkyries are fun to watch. And the Liberty every once in a while. I can't say the Dream because they only have 2,000 people in their seats, so does that count? Not really.
And start her own league, a league.
And the Lynx, I believe.
That would pursue basketball excellence no matter what your race or your gender was. I mean this. I think that Caitlin Clark is more valuable than the entirety of the WNBA.
Yes. Because without her, the NBA was having to fund the WNBA. Mainly as a tax write-off, but without that, the WNBA would have been gone. And now that Caitlin's here, it's so big that, yeah, she doesn't need to be there. She is more valuable than that. If she does leave to her own league or to another league, that's where everything's going to go as well, too. The majority, I'll say.
Right now, if she left and started a new league with about eight teams and took all players all over the country who just want to be excellent and don't want to have a political league, I think it would be more valuable than the WNBA overnight. Heck, Laura.
Yes. Get into that more in a second.
Laura, I would invest. I bet Fox would. And I bet a lot of people out there watching right now would buy tickets.
Oh, I'd totally invest. And I think a lot of African-American players would join that league because they want to play with the best of the best. And there are all these, right? And the malcontents out there, the racial arsonists who want to burn it all down, they're going to be left behind. I want to bring up.
All right. Let's go ahead and get rid of that now. I agree completely. I think I said this before in a couple of videos before. Yeah, I think Sophie and Caitlin need to leave this league. I think I said Lexi too. However, what I think, this is just my opinion and my thing, right? I think get all the straight girls out of this league, start their own league. We'll have a straight league versus whatever you want to call this BS league, right? And watch who does better. Promise you it's going to be the straight one. Why? Because sports fans are sports fans. They don't want to deal with all this other BS out here, right? Regardless of, oh, Caitlin's the best or she's the worst. No one cares. We're here to watch the sports. And I promise you the majority of them are going to stick with the straight league, right? I have nothing against anybody else, can care less, but that's what this league is about. So we're going to talk about that. The league is just strictly about, I'm gay, I'm do this, and I'm going to push this agenda like Bree Turner, the pathetic whatever the heck she is thing, like that, right? Keep those stupid people there because they clearly don't know what to do. They don't know how to they don't have a life outside of basketball. And for Bree Turner, she doesn't know a life outside of the bench, right? I think she just plays every once in a while as a charity. Yeah, she's a POS, right? Everyone knows that. A lot of players in this league are like that, right? AT, DB, lots. So I say, take the straight girls, and put them in that league. Keep the whatever you want to call them in this league, and have little T's in that league too as well. And when you graduate college, you're going to the draft. If you're straight, you go to the straight one, the straight league. If you're not straight and you don't know what you are, you're a fridge or whatever, you go to the WNBA. How about that, right? Because this league is a piece of crap. It's worthless. I've been saying that for a long time. Leadership sucks. The players are just more about their agendas and their ideas and their activism than they are actual sports, which is why they suck. Whatever. But yeah, All-Star Weekend. Can't wait to see the Les Fest. Anyway, Caitlin Clark didn't show up yesterday. I don't know if she's there today. I don't think she even really wants to be there either, but she has to. So, anyways, we'll keep an eye on that. But anyways, let me know what you guys think down below. Drop the comments down. Let me know. And subscribe. Peace.